Hello everyone, welcome back to Everyday Kelly. My name is Kelly. So welcome to the first video in my wedding series. If you are a regular viewer on my channel, you'll remember a couple of months ago I mentioned that I had recently gotten engaged, and I was a little unsure of if I was going to share or what I was going to share of the wedding planning process. So today we are going to talk a little bit about the venue. So we've chosen our venue, and I just feel like that is like the biggest piece of the puzzle. So we've kind of gotten that out of the way. A couple of things I was looking for in choosing a venue is for it to be kind of somewhat within our budget. I'm starting to realize now that you're always going to go a little bit above budget when you're planning a wedding, because there's always things that creep up and things you realize that you want to do in a certain way, or maybe you're not really realistic about the costs of things, which I know I definitely was not. So a little bit at least within our budget, and one of the non-negotiables was to have the ceremony and the reception in one spot. So we only looked at 2 venues. There was a third venue that I was considering looking at, but after we saw the second venue, there was really no need to see the third one. So when we went to see the venues, I didn't take any videos or photos. I always just feel really awkward doing those kinds of things in public. So I didn't do it. But as I'm talking about them, I will show you some photos of what the venues look like, so you can kind of get an idea. I also think I'm just going to keep the names of the venues confidential. I'm not super worried about it, but I just kind of want to just keep that privacy. But I can still talk about the venues, and I can still show you what they look like. So the first venue that we looked at was a butterfly conservatory. So I had this idea in my mind of maybe getting married in a butterfly conservatory. So there was another one that I actually had in mind, but after looking at it like online, the space and the way that it's set up just really didn't look that conducive to the kind of wedding that we were looking for. So I found another one that's not too far from where we live, and so we went to see that one. So it was a very beautiful venue, very unique. So of course, it being a butterfly conservatory, you have butterflies and you have birds around, and there's a lot of greenage and a lot of foliage around. There's also at the ceremony spot a waterfall, which they do turn off, just so everybody can hear when you're talking, but it's just very beautiful, very kind of just like I said, different, which I feel is very us. And so after I saw that venue, I was really kind of gung-ho. I wanted that venue. Another little extra cool feature that was really good about it is your guests have access to all of the other, the whole butterfly conservatory for the wedding. And that includes, they have these other little rooms where they have educational materials. So I thought that was really cool that your guests could go around and just kind of read and learn a little bit about, I think they had like information about butterflies, information about other types of insects and things like that. So I thought that was a really cool added feature, that people could kind of do that during the cocktail hour, while they're waiting for the reception. But the only thing is the reception area was basically their cafeteria. And it was nice, but it looked like it was going to require a lot of decor. And I'm not good with decor at all. And so the more I started thinking about how I would be able to design a space that looks nice and elegant and just kind of the way that I wanted to look, it was causing me a lot of anxiety. And I really I don't want to hire somebody to do that. So like I said, it was causing me a little bit of anxiety. And then when my fiance kind of brought it up and said, look, it's basically like their cafeteria, I was like, okay, you have a point. the other thing is because they are not a restaurant or like a banquet venue, they don't have a liquor license. So we would have to purchase all of our alcohol and get that delivered. So that would be another extra thing that we would have to worry about, which wasn't really a huge deal in thinking about it, but it's just an added thing to kind of worry about on the day, which I don't want to have to do. So I did have a second venue in mind to look at. The only thing was, in going into it, I kind of had an idea and knew that it was probably going to be way out of our budget. Looking at the photos online, I was already in love with it, but like I said, I was just worried about the cost of it. But we went to see it anyway because we wanted to just have those options. We didn't want to just go with the first thing that we saw. So the next venue that we went to look at used to be an old flour mill, and now it is a restaurant and an event space. And so they do weddings all the time, which is another thing that I really like over the first venue. Is the first venue, they have weddings there, but it's not really what they do, right? They're a butterfly conservatory. Whereas the second place that we looked at, they do it all the time. So they are event people. They have, events people, events coordinators that help you with the day and help you coordinate everything. So the only thing with the second venue is I knew that it was going to be way out of our budget. And so I was just worried of going to look at it and then realizing that we absolutely cannot afford it and then just being totally disappointed. But we wanted to give ourselves options. So we went to see the second venue. So the second venue used to be an old working flour mill. It's about 50 minutes away from where we live. And now it is a restaurant and an event space. So like I said, they do weddings all the time. As soon as we got there, we did the tour. As soon as we saw the chapel area, it was like we were sold. And I knew because I had seen the pictures online and I knew how beautiful the chapel area looked. It has these beautiful looking chandeliers that kind of remind me a little bit of the movie Frozen for some reason. And this beautiful fireplace kind of at the altar area, and the floors are very shiny and it just looks so elegant. And then, looking at the reception area, so this venue has multiple reception areas depending upon the size of your wedding. And so we obviously chose one that is good for our size. And the one that we chose actually comes with a terrace as well. So that's a little extra added space that people can go and use if they get warm or whatever happens. They can go outside and kind of enjoy some fresh air. A couple of other things that I love about this venue is, of course, the people seem really nice and really helpful. So that's really great. I also love that obviously all of the food, the alcohol, everything is included, so that's less that we have to worry about. It includes on the day, other staff that are going to be kind of like there for you. Once again, just less to worry about. And it's just overall just a really beautiful, and I know I've used this word multiple times, but it's the best word that I can find to kind of describe how I feel about it, but just very elegant. And even in the reception area, it's already beautiful as is, and I don't really feel like I have to do much in terms of decor. Probably just do some flowers, and that's it. So once again, just a little less that's off my mind. So once we got back from the tour and we got back to the office, the events office, we just looked at each other and it was just, we didn't even have to talk about it. We were like, this is it. We both knew right away that this was the venue that was going to be for us. So that's it. That's all I have to really share for now. If you would like to see more wedding planning videos, please please leave a comment and let me know what you think. I will kind of pop in for little updates as I kind of progress in the process. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you would like to see more wedding planning videos or just videos on fashion and lifestyle, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you very soon in another video.